Fire. Air. Water. Earth. Qin the Conqueror is dead, by my hands. The world sighs in relief, the remnants of his empire quarrel. The chroniclers write his history. But what made Qin rise never went away. Even he did not satisfy the wish that is whispered across the four nations. The seas, the sand, the fire, and the wind all beg for the same. Change. The Earth Kingdom is still deeply wounded by the warlord's wake. The charred red banners now wash on its shores. Messenger hawks follow. The proud Fire Nation is entering a state of turmoil that could be more devastating than that of Qin. Little clears up as I get closer. The nation is shattered, and the loyalties are scattered, but blame for the situation is in surplus and evenly assigned. I cannot intervene without the certainty that my fists will strike true and build something better. I first need to investigate. What broke the Fire Nation?
Oh, I didn't expect you here, Avatar. Thank you for lending your hand once again.
Fire Lord, it's been a while.
Yes, 26 years since we've dealt with the clans.
Since I did your job, I took care of your enemies and left you a Fire Nation united. Your place secured. And what did you do with it?
Nothing, I swear. I've been every bit as righteous and benevolent as my predecessors. Just more vigilant than them, that's all.
Vigilant?
I'll show you then. Then you can set it right again. In fact, I'll explain the whole thing from the top, including who is truly responsible for this hiccup in Ember Throne authority.
I have some idea.
Oh, don't you imply I'm the one responsible? It is like last time. We were this close to chaos. You helped me there. I'll admit, you tackled my brother and his mother. Those two made noise when I was fresh on the throne. But your bending and my statecraft wrapped it up all nicely. But the underlying problem was the class of rotten men who reigned far from the caldera, and who beg for special treatment on account of their ancestors. The entire aristocracy. They've been clogging up the gears of the Fire Nation ever since it was unified. And when they don't get what they want, they plunge us into war. And as you can see, now they've done it again. For instance, my very own cousin, the blood of my mother, Lord of Shuhan by my grace, was one of the first to abandon his oath. And the Lord of Kazuyama, for years I supported him in any way I could, despite his obsession for petty vengeance, and he now hates me because it didn't work out in his favor. Most curiously, my good Lord Cohen, my loyal subject, stopped paying heed to my commands as well. The moment he believed my flame to falter, he began conniving with those savages who now think they have spirits on their side. They dare call themselves kings amassed at our borders. Half of these traitors have now sworn fealty to my knees. They rally behind an infant, a mere infant, to place their puppet on my throne? After all my hard work, making this beautiful nation perfect, they're tearing it all apart. But now that you're here, we can patch it back together and punish those responsible. Just like so.
You explain everything and nothing. And how have the negotiations gone?
Oh yes, I've traded everything. I've offered Lord Cohen a generous amount of gold, valuable lands under his governance. Do you know what he responded with?
I would assume...
abdication. He offers his tentative support if I just abandon my title. What spirit did I offend to have such hog monkeys for vassals?
You might want to consider it. Show that you care more about the Fire Nation than yourself.
and revert our society to feudal chaos? They haven't a clue what they're asking for. I must remain empowered and protect them from themselves. Some of them even demand that I convert to their pagan ways. There's just no reasoning with them. All they really want is to humiliate me.
I think I'll take a look for myself.
I expect you back in a fortnight.
We'll see. I think I'll pay a visit to the supporters of your niece.
If you don't help Kazuyama, the war is over!
Forget him. We need Lord Geico more.
Can Jito even speak Bonti yet?
Did Shijin teach that girl nothing? This war
Which one of you is spying
we
for
let
Zoryu?
Kazuyama get over it. You're all I can't been with us or not. I'm right.
Hey there, you must be Jito.
Wow, you're even bigger than the drill master.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm okay, I guess.
Okay, you can be honest with me. I'm the Avatar. I'm here for you.
I mean, there's lessons about walking, lessons about talking, many lessons about when to shut up. So I don't even know why they're teaching me to talk like a Fire Lord.
That's what they want with you. To be a tamed figurehead, to sit on the throne and let them act like it's empty.
I know, I understand, and I really want to make them happy. I do. But they make me sit through a tea ceremony right after I've had bending training.
You don't like bending?
No, not anymore. I mean, it's wicked, right? Doesn't it look awesome? You punch real hard and boom, everything is on fire. But it stopped being fun when they wanted me to get good at it. Or at least look good at it. Every morning I'm running laps, lifting stones and heating them until they glow. And they're giving me lectures about my chi and how to breathe and stuff. So I work, and then I can't even pant right. And there's like a bazillion moves. Like the fire saw, the one that goes boom. Or the fire whip. They tell me about how they work. And then I have to keep trying and trying until I've mastered them. But some are really hard. I just don't get the fire daggers while the other kids do. Maybe they actually like playing with knives. At least there's other moves. The library is full of scrolls. I can read them all. And maybe when I'm good enough, I could write my own. I just first have to do enough stupid work to get there.
Sounds to me like you dislike training, not bending.
Yeah, who even likes training?
Well, not all training involves lectures and castles. I went on an adventure myself.
An adventure?
People say I'm reckless, but I think there's really no better way to get in closer connection with your body, with your chi, than to depend on it out in the wilds. You could go on a long journey where you seek out fights to learn how to handle yourself, and sights to gain understanding of all bending has to offer, at the cost of a few scars.
Can I go on an adventure now?
Well, not now. When you're a little older.
How old?
Let's say 16?
9!
Okay, 14.
11!
13. Lowest I can go.
But that's 4 more years! And what will I even do when I get there? I'll be a Fire Lord by then. What use is a fire whip to me?
Well, you might get into some sticky situations. And that's not even considering the Agni Kai.
The Agni what now?
Oh, that's when you get into a fight with another firebender. You defeat him by knowing the right moves and using them when you should. You must keep the right distance, watch the changing terrain, and keep an eye on your opponent's exact stance to know how to defend against his attacks, and retaliate with your own. But no, you're way too young for that.
No, I'm not! I want it! I want it, and I want it now!
That'll be some Fire Lord they're getting.
Hail, Avatar. Have you come to our aid?
I haven't decided yet.
Oh, but the child is fine, isn't she? We've made every effort to shape her into the ideal young Fire Lord. Our cause is surely more sympathetic than the likes of Gong Min.
And who would that be?
Oh, he's the most zealous chieftain of the Sun People. They're proud enough of their own little culture to want the entire Fire Nation destroyed.
Hail, Lord Gah, what is that awful smell?
I sold my soap to buy steel for my soldiers.
That's, unfortunate. But I mean, it's such a mess. Don't you have housekeeping?
Of course, I have an 87-year-old maid. She's off at the training field.
What? Why?
Do not dismiss her prowess. She defeated 3 in Agnikai this summer.
What are you doing?
We are preparing for war. The struggle of 100 lifetimes may be resolved in but one.
But what is the purpose of destroying the Fire Nation?
What purpose is there in keeping it around? Avatar Kyoshi, I know that war is not the glorious thing that young firebenders throwing their first bolts make it out to be. War is sacrifice. You need to give up the comforts of your hearth, invest your nation's youth, wealth, pride, and burn it all up to feed the war engine. War demands that you debase your morals in order to gain needed support. And I have done it. I have abandoned my true love. I have made false promises to do false deeds. But my conscience cannot be the cause of more deaths among the people of the sun. We need this war to be quick and victorious.
What is your point? Why do you do this?
Faith. The thing keeping the people of this world together is what separates them from each other. And it is only getting stronger and stranger. We used to simply put faith in the local patron spirit and in our sages to interpret their whims. Well, that has led to the occasional altercation. Spirits can be whimsical and ireful, and our sages incompetent or corrupt. You're not always around, Avatar, so we've had to make do. Some of us take different paths. Up north, those sun warriors, they fight not, sacrificing justice on the altar of pacifism. They live long and sageous lives, doing absolutely nothing in the face of creeping darkness. For the darkness will not come from spirit, but from man. I've studied enough history to know the trajectory of the nobles as they boil up in their caldera. Those people have sat on their throne for 1,000 years, and with every ritual they do to their phoenix in our lands, every one of our temples they tear down, they are spreading and ordaining their culture and their ideas and suppressing ours. We are dying. Death by 1,000 cuts to our identity. And I've seen where it's all headed. A time where hatred of the unfamiliar becomes not a byproduct of the faith, but its very purpose. Every successive Fire Lord has become more acclaimed and more revered, and soon we will have worship of the state be the ideology of the Fire Nation. The Fire Lord will determine what the nation and its people say, what they believe, what they think, what they are. We will go extinct, and we will be forgotten the next day.
You make all these predictions because he's your enemy.
And who will be his next? It's only a matter of time before this nationalized fury turns overseas. And what of your role then, Avatar? When the world needs you the most, will you be there? My conquest is one thing. One swath of land that our ancestors called home. Fertile land, enough for our population to grow. Or rather, stop dying. And, if I can have it, an end to the existence of the Fire Nation. This state is a disease upon the land, and my conquest may cure it.
Is that really all you want? A spot in the sun for your people? Not glorious conquest, an empire of your own?
Taking some land is all we can do, Avatar. Now that we have an inkling of a chance of saving our people from endless darkness, we'll take it. And if we lose, it will be in valor.
Marching songs are in the air, and red banners crenellate the horizon. I have only met 3 factions, but there is already no chance of compromise between them. 2 fight to sit on the throne, 1 fights to destroy it. That is, if I can even trust what any of them have claimed. And there's still more people, and peoples making use of this mess, who are just trying to weather the storm. All of them must be cared for. The air merchants in the Jeddah Valley, air nomads who left their temple to trade with luxury goods, and with their identity. The Ozawa province, Avatar Zeto's perfect little administration, where, a few centuries hence, rice is bought with blood. The Yogan people, who bend lava, the blood of the earth, if they can maintain their ways, as thousands of refugees of the Qin Wars are driven their way. The Utari, whose heritage is drowned under industry, and who united to retake their lands. The Valley of Shanli, a wellspring of living spirit mist that judges every soul. Its people have adapted, and are ruthless in protecting their home. There's zealots of the bow, and zealots of the healing hand, and the road, crowded by refugees, still has wanderers of their own purposes. They live outside the law, as I once did, and seem minded to make the same impact. There is no end to the complexities of the Fire Nation. There is no end to injustice. No end to the duties of the Avatar. Which is why there must be no end to my vigilance. I must keep traveling this land for as long as they need me to, intervening where necessary. I must stave off the worst crimes, save those who are in my reach. I must never let up, never take a pause from duty, until this dark time has passed. But the future of the Fire Nation? I cannot decide that for them. I cannot set the course of their destiny. It will all have to be laid out.